Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider back with another video, and I know the NFL draft is only a couple of days away, so I thought it would be a perfect time to give you guys my 7-round mock draft for the Raiders. Now, guessing who the Raiders would actually choose in the NFL draft is kind of like guessing how much fruit rollers Trent Brown eats for breakfast. You never know, but it's always fun to see who they could pick up. Now, the Raiders' biggest needs going into the draft as of today seem to be in the secondary and on the offensive line. Good thing for them, this year's draft is filled with so much depth at those two positions, so we might not have to address them on day one. So Raider Nation, sit back, relax, and get ready to hate on this mock, because let's be honest, I know some of you guys will, but for some odd reason, if you guys do enjoy this mock draft and want to see another one before the NFL draft with trades, then hit that like button. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes and I will do another one on Wednesday. I most likely would go live, so if you guys want to see that again, let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Without further ado, the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Okay, man. So, for the 17th overall pick in this year's NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select, drumroll please, Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. Parsons is considered to be the #1 linebacker in this year's draft. Though it's obvious the Raiders are in need of safety and tackle help, there's a lot of depth at those positions to address on day 2, and it's hard to see them pass up on a talent like Parsons. He would definitely add speed and athleticism to the defense, and under Gus Bradley, I could see Micah Parsons fitting into that Leo role. Now, Parsons' draft stock might drop just a bit due to some off-the-field issues, so there is a possibility that he could fall to the 17th overall pick, and if I'm the Raiders, there is no way I'm passing up on him. Parsons has elite speed, running a 4.39 40. He's also a great tackler in open space and is versatile enough to play on the edge or as a linebacker. Now, the only knocks that I do have against Micah Parsons is that he's not the best in coverage, only having 4 career pass breakups and also opting out of the 2020 season. But the last time that we did see him was in 2019, where he tallied 109 total tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. Overall, the Raiders need a difference maker on the defensive side, and I believe if Parsons is sitting there at number 17, he could very well be donning the silver and black in 2021. So before I announce the Raiders' 2nd-round pick, I know that Mother's Day is only a couple of days away, so I just want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, grandmothers, daughters, all of them. You know, rest in peace, my boy Willie Brown up there. But getting on with the show, with the 48th overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select Elijah Moden, defensive back, Washington. Now, this is where I have the Raiders addressing the secondary, selecting a versatile player in Elijah Moden who could play both safety and in the slot. Though he's considered to be a safety, I believe that Moden will play in the slot at the next level. Despite his size, Moden is a physical player and tackler, only missing 22 tackles on 172 attempts. Now, Moden has been one of Washington's most consistent players in the secondary, and in 2019 he was named first team All Pac-12 player and MVP of the Las Vegas Bowl. Now, the only knock that I do have against Moden is his size, standing at 5'10", but translating over to the NFL, I don't think he will have a problem at all. In his career, he's tallied 153 total tackles, 19 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, and 5 interceptions. I can see him fitting Gus Bradley's defense real well. He has all the skill sets to play that single high safety if needed, or even just lining up in the nickel. If Moden is still there at 48, then it'd be hard for me to pass up on him. With the 79th overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select Jamar Johnson, safety, Indiana. So after drafting a hybrid secondary player in Elijah Moden, I have the Raiders selecting a more defined single high safety in Jamar Johnson. This is a guy that I believe could complement Jonathan Abram real well. Johnson is also another versatile player in the secondary that can play both in the slot or as a deep safety. Now, he's not the best tackler by any means, but when playing in Gus Bradley's defense as a single high safety, you don't need to be. Johnson has a high IQ in coverage, and I believe it would definitely translate to the NFL. In 2020, he tallied 42 total tackles, 1 sack, 4 interceptions, 4 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble. The Raiders definitely need to get depth in the secondary to build for the future, and drafting both Elijah Moden in the 2nd round and getting Jamar Johnson in the 3rd round would be a step in the right direction. Both young playmakers that can play anywhere in Gus Bradley's defense.
Oh shoot. Oh, my bad. With the 80th overall selection, the Las Vegas Raiders select Brady Christensen, tackle, BYU.
So if you recently watched Mike Mayock's latest press conference, he addressed the right tackle position as a position that we aren't in desperate need of. Instead, he spoke highly of right tackle Jared Jones-Smith and how he believes that he can take over that vacant position in 2021. We know this draft is filled with plenty of depth at the offensive tackle position, so it may not be a target for us in round 1. So with that being said, I believe the Raiders will address their right tackle need here in the 3rd round, selecting offensive tackle Brady Christensen. The Raiders could either use him as a tackle or move him inside as a guard. Christensen is 6'6", 300 pounds, has great upper body strength and football IQ. He put together a dominant tape in 2020, allowing only 1 sack and 2 pressures all season long. Christensen isn't the best athlete and is up there in age, 24 years old, but I do believe that he will be a serviceable player in the NFL. Whether he comes in as a day 1 starter or not, he would provide some solid depth on our offensive line.
Yo, before I announce the next Raiders pick, can I get a Raiders?
Keep it going,
Let's go. Okay. With the 121st overall pick in the 4th round, the Las Vegas Raiders select Jammin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
Now, if Jammin Davis is still sitting here in the 4th round, this would be a steal. Thanks to PFF's mock draft simulator, I was able to get Davis this late. Davis is probably one of the more underrated players in this year's draft and is slowly rising up the draft boards. Davis has only 1 season starting under his belt, but he has definitely made the most out of it. In 2020, he had 102 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 2 pass deflections. At 6'4", 234 pounds, Davis has all the skills to become one of the better linebackers in the league. He has short area quickness and burst to shoot through gaps. Davis is a well-rounded linebacker that does well against the run and in coverage. He's got the speed and is a solid tackler in open space. Jammin Davis, I believe, has one of the higher ceilings than any linebacker in this year's draft, and after selecting Parsons in the 1st round, this would definitely solidify our linebacker core alongside of Corey Littleton, Nick Kukowski, Tanner Muse, and Nicholas Morrow.
With the 162nd overall pick, the Raiders select Simi, Fahoko, wide receiver, Stanford.
Now, I believe with the last 3 picks in this year's draft, the Raiders should add more depth, drafting players with high upsides. Enter Simi Fahoko, wide receiver out of Stanford. Now, I understand that we already addressed guys like John Brown and Willie Snead and free agency, but I still believe that we should take a flyer on an offensive weapon in the later rounds. Fahoko stands at 6'4", 227 pounds. He's a big physical receiver that has long speed and is quick off the line of scrimmage. His game against UCLA alone shows that he can be dominant, having 16 receptions, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, he's still a very raw prospect and might not be a day 1 starter, but I would take him over Zay Jones or Marcel Amen any day. All the skill sets are there for Fahoko to become a real good receiver at the next level.
So for the 167th overall pick, the Raiders select David Moore, guard, Grambling State.
Sticking to the theme of adding depth, I believe the Raiders should address another offensive lineman in this year's draft. Enter David Moore out of Grambling State. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue who David Moore was, but after his showing at the Senior Bowl, I instantly became a fan. He just looked like a solid wall against some of these better defensive line prospects. Moore is an athletic, explosive blocker with a wide base that allows him to keep his balance. His versatility on the line could be a huge plus for the Raiders, playing both center and guard. He still is another raw talent, but he comes with a lot of upside.
So before I announce the last pick for the Raiders mock draft, I want to give a shout out to all the Samoan Raider fans out there, aka the Samoan Tribe, aka Oos Nation. So with the 200th pick in this year's NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Kyris Tonga, defensive tackle, BYU.
Tonga has the size and strength that you look for in a defensive lineman. He just hasn't put it all together yet. he has shown flashes here and there, so there is potential. It does worry me a bit that he did not dominate at his level of competition due to him having all the intangibles to succeed. In 2020, he only had 12 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Now, I would be lying to you if I didn't say, I only picked him because he was a poly. But if Gus Bradley can mold him into a solid rotational piece on the defensive line, then that's enough for me to take a chance on him in the 6th round. Alright, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this video. If you guys did enjoy my mock draft, then hit that thumbs up button. If you guys did not like it, then hit that thumbs up button as well. I know PFF gave me a B+ on this mock draft, so do you guys agree with them, or do you guys think that this was an A+ mock draft? Let me know down in the comments below. If you love the Las Vegas Raiders and this is the first time you're coming across my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Until the next video, this is your boy Small Raider, and your boy is yeah.